Prime Minister intend to do about the important issue of bullying in the workplace, given the reliable reports of a senior Whitehall boss throwing around mobile phones and printers and swearing at switchboard operators?
Media reports about Gordon Brown, of course.
Mr. Speaker, any complaints are dealt with in the usual manner.
The Prime Minister.
Let the honourable gentleman ask his question. Michael Connaughton.
I have always recommended the Prime Minister to treat everything as a joke from the opposition. The Prime Minister will recall meeting myself, the member for...
Another one here. What an absolute waste of time PMQs now is. I thought the purpose of it was to hold the government to account. The Prime Minister never answers a question. All he does is spin or attack the questioner either personally or with figures that he just spouts out, so they must be true. How annoying this farce is. That's from Ian. And just on that last issue of Gordon Brown not taking a joke, that's been picked up by the text as well. Mike says the Conservative theme seems today to have been make fun of Mr Brown. Even I laughed at the response to the bullying question. Brown really doesn't understand personal delivery, does he, says Mike.
Well, the question was from a Tory backbencher about bullying in Whitehall and about people throwing phones and staplers and so on around, which of course the newspapers often write is what Mr Brown does when he's in a bad mood. Mr Brown's reply was very po-faced, quote, any complaints are dealt with in the usual manner. Does that mean that Mick Poison sends an email to Dolly Draper doing you down? Is that the usual manner in Whitehall?
Well, it has been, hasn't it? I mean, it was quite clever of the Tory backbencher Stephen Crabb to put it in the context of bullying in the workplace and procedure. And the Prime Minister obviously had that locked in his mind, because he was quite comfortable most of the time just knocking away what he said was Tory superficiality and inability to talk about the issues. But he just couldn't think of the right thing to say. And I don't want to take this over seriously, Andrew, but there is a serious point. By appearing to take seriously a question about whether he's a bully in his own workplace, where he throws the printers and the staplers around, he will just merely encourage every media outlet in the country to take that story seriously too, to look for evidence that takes place and to report it as if it is fact. Now, I can't tell you that I have sat with eyewitnesses who say, I saw that stapler fly, but it is well known the Prime Minister has a vigorous temper. And when he's crossed, you know about it. And he, by not just shrugging it off, not just dismissing that Tory backbencher, has once again, frankly, looked in his own goal and just put the ball in the net.
Did the Prime Minister throw any mobile phones or staplers at you over the Gurkhas?
I think that the newspapers are in a mood that whatever he does, he's going to get it. I think if he walked across the River Thames, they would say he was a bad swimmer.
That's what... well, he isn't a very good swimmer, but that's another matter. That's what...